So I'll Okay. All right, guys. Again, good morning sa lahat sa inyo dyan sa Philippines. I know it's almost dinner time, but don't worry, we'll make this fast and easy kasi alam ko you has to go to work and then you guys have to attend to your families and then, um, uh, para ma-enjoy nyo yung the rest of the night nyo. No? So, my name is Brent Anotado, guys. We are based here in Calgary, Alberta, where Tita Shello is also living. Right now, it's 5 a.m. here and sa inyo 7 p.m. dyan. Yung role ko dito, I work as an immigration consultant. For the last 3 years, we've been helping people to come here, whether they want to study, live, or migrate, right? For today, we just want to share this pathway to you so you have an understanding on how to, how to come here as a teacher and why immigration ng Canada in-announce nila to, no? Apologize, guys. No, I know you guys are teacher, really good at presentation, so please bear with me, okay? So, hindi ako magaling sa presentation. All right. So, here, sinasabi ng Canada na according to their express system, there's major changes, no? Because of these changes, it reflects Canada's shifting labor market. So kanina, sinasabi ni Tita Shelo na last time, she attended yung meeting dito sa amin about teachers and there's really a demand anywhere and everywhere in Canada. And that's why na-realize in Canada, why don't we, open up this pathway for them para magkaroon tayo ng category-based na selection. So this update reflects Canada's shifting labor market demands and the government's long-term immigration goals, particularly in the areas of education. So ito tayo, healthcare, yung mga nurses natin, trades, and francophone immigration, mga French-speaking nationals. Okay. So dito, no, we've seen that there's really a labor shortage kahit saan. Yung mga teachers, hindi na enough yung mga teachers dito kaya there's a lot of news na hey, we need teachers here in Canada. And even sa community namin dito sa Calgary, may mga meeting na katulad niyan na talks about the shortage of our educators here in Canada, right? So now guys, diba kanina I talk about Express Entry. So basically, Express Entry, it's not a pathway, but it's an online system management where depende sa category, depende sa profession mo, you will be placed into three different classes now. Um, yung first class dito is Canadian Experience Class, which means if you are already here in Canada, working for 1 year, you may qualify for Canadian Experience Class. Federal Skilled Worker Program, this is what we're going to talk about. This is a program whether you are inside or outside Canada, tapos titingnan nila yung skill level or yung history or yung background uh, as a teacher, right? Parati kong pinipresent ng Federal Skilled Worker Program because you don't even have to leave Philippines for you to qualify. So basically, while you are in the Philippines, you may have the chance to be selected um, based on your points or your scores. Tapos pwede ka mag-proceed to PR. Okay? Federal Skilled Trades Program, this is for tradespeople like mga uh, electricians, carpenters, butchers, yun yung pwede nilang puntahan. So again, under this express entry, there's three categories. Lahat naman ito guys is a reflection from our website. So feel free to check it out to dig deeper about this pathway sa Federal Skilled Worker Program. Okay. So again, yan yung three programs na yan. So this is how it looks like sa process, no? So there's four stages. Una, we submit a profile, but first, before we can do that, what we do with our clients is we do proper assessment muna. So we book a one-on-one with you, take a look at yung age mo, history mo, English language capacity, etc. Once we know na you are eligible, of course, we're gonna let you gather your documents, no? Get your English exam, get your school credential assessment. Once we have all of that, and then we do another assessment, pag eligible ka, then on stage one, we submit your profile. Based on what you have sa profile mo, you will receive your CRS score, comprehensive ranking score, which means um, Canada's system will generate yung score para sa'yo, right? Siguro karamihan sa mga teachers natin ngayon dito, right, have already an idea kung paano yung express entry nito kasi hindi naman ito bago na pathway. But at the same time, this is really good that we're talking about this kasi maybe this is the chance now na mabigyan ng priority yung mga educators like yourself, right? So once you have your profile, may ilalagay ka sa pool, meaning you will be joining with different professionals dyan sa pool, and if ma-select yung score mo, tapos mag-draw sila ng category base, then you will receive an ITA, invitation to apply for permanent resident. So, you or maybe kasama sa application mo yung husband mo or yung kids mo, the moment na ma-receive mo yung ITA, then we have 60 days to, fulfill the application form for permanent residence. And then before 60 days, of course, we have to submit your application, and then we hope and pray na maging okay and approved. Now, mamaya, i-discuss ko sa inyo about show money or proof of funds, right? Because this is a PR application. Ibig sabihin, Canada wants to make sure that when you arrive in Canada Immigration wants to make sure that when you arrive in Canada, meron kang enough funds for you to survive. Kasi the reality is, guys, when you arrive here, hindi naman agad-agad na makakapagtrabaho kayo sa career nyo. Maybe as a teacher or kung ano man yung career na gusto nyo, right? So syempre, alam naman ni Tita Shelo na when you arrive here, there's some certain certification or level na kailangan mo i-take for you to really work sa school or facility or para maging teacher ka, no? So yung proof of funds na yun, they really want to make sure that you can survive for the next 6 or 1 year, right? Mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo how much it is. But yung proof of funds during stage one, sure, we can say na we have that funds available, but we don't have to show it pa. When we receive an ITA, invitation to apply for PR, that is where we have to provide all the documents, right? So clear lang yun, mamaya papakita ko sa inyo kung for family of one, for family of two, right? Or maybe marami kayo sa family. Now, ito rin yung step-by-step category based from the website. No? Una, stage one, of course, we want to show interest. So basically, whatever we have here, parang it's more on depth, right? We show your interest. Now, pag after assessment, tapos na-complete na yung requirements, stage two, we place you in the express entry pool. Yan yung, you will be joining with other professionals. Once you are in the pool, um, yung maximum stay mo doon is 1 year. And hopefully, before 1 year, mas-select ka, mabigyan ka ng ITA. Okay? Of course, number three, you will have your score based from your profile. Number four, we identify candidates eligible for a category. Yan na yung parang bibigyan kayo nila ng kung ano yung klase yung class na pwedeng mag-qualify sa inyo kung Federal Skilled Worker Program ba, Canadian Experience, or Canadian or Foreign Skilled Trades. So number five, of course, they rank your Express Entry profile based on your score. And then every 2 weeks, guys, si Canada dun sa Express Entry, they run a round of invitation, which means pwede sila mag-run ng healthcare, pwede sila mag-run ng education, base or maybe STEM, right? So yun yung mga different na mga niraran nila na invitation every 2 weeks. And hopefully, kung mataas yung score mo, you have a chance to be selected, right? And then, syempre, seven, we can apply for your PR. And then, if everything is good, then They will make a decision whether they're going to refuse or approve your application, right? Yun yung parang different steps, right? Okay, so syempre, benefits of being a PR in Canada, no? Syempre, you have the right to live, work, and study anywhere in Canada, which means if ito yung pathway mo, you have the freedom, no, to live wherever you want. Access to social benefits, right? May mga ganyan tayo. Pathway to citizenship. Kasi after 5 years of being PR, 3 years out of five, you can become citizen na, right? Maganda rin dito, you have the right to sponsor family members. So for example, I'm a teacher. Pag naka-establish na ako dito, I can sponsor my mom and dad or parents ko and so on, right? Job opportunities. Syempre, when you're a PR, um, you can work with one job kung gusto mo, right? If you have more time, you can work double or triple jobs, right? And there's no restriction. Basically, you have the freedom to work with any companies anytime you want or however yung oras mo. So, kung naririnig nyo guys yung about sa work permit, right? Coming to Canada with work permit with an employer, meaning, yung work permit niya, it's only specific to that employer for the next 2 years. So wala ka freedom until you become PR. I always tell our clients na if you are a professional back in the Philippines, maybe why go to the hassle of coming here as a temporary worker or maybe a different temporary permits if you have the chance to land here as a permanent resident, right? So tinitingnan parati namin yan before we take a look at other options. So syempre, yan yung mga benefits of PR. And that's why I encourage you to really, consider this or maybe give it a shot na malay mo, eligible ka, right? So, eto yung nakalagay sa website nila, find out who's eligible for each category. So like what I said, there's 5 categories na medyo lalagyan nila ng mandatory or medyo lalagyan nila ng konting push to get people from different parts of the world. Okay, una, andyan na yung French-speaking people, yung mga French nationals natin. To be honest, I really don't know bakit nakasama sila dito and very targeted yung ano nila, yung language. Maybe it's for Quebec na area. Okay. Healthcare and social services occupation. Yan yung mga nurses natin that work in the hospitals and nursing homes, mga ganun. Science, technology, engineering, and math or STEM. Yan yung mga engineers natin, trade occupations, agriculture, and last is education occupations. Sinasabi nila dito na as long as you have 6 months for the past 3 years na experience, continuous work experience, you might be qualified. But as we go along later about the Federal Skilled Worker Program, malalaman nyo na sure you have 6 months, but it will be better na if you have years of experience, right? Na for you to have extra points or mag-qualify ka dito. Okay. So dito guys, there's five, one, two, three, four, five, 6 categories about sa pagiging teacher. So maybe iba sa inyo are elementary or secondary school teacher assistants. Maybe some of you instructors of persons with disabilities. Ipapakita ko sa inyo lahat ng mga job titles niyan. Maybe some of you are early childhood educators and assistants, elementary school and kindergarten, tapos secondary teachers, school teachers, yun yung mga high school. Right? So mapapansin nyo, occupation, NOC code, tapos tier category. Right? If you belong in any of this, feel free to take a picture kasi that will be your reference later on. Okay. Okay. So, samples ng mga elementary and secondary school teacher assistants, nasa listahan to ng website natin. You could be educational assistant. You could be grabe ang dami. You could be teacher's aide, teacher's helper, right? Ah, Tita Shelo, pag sinabi bang assistant sa teacher assistant sa Philippines, Mga teachers pa rin to, no? Pero they're parang teachers aid or teachers assistant sila. Tama ba?
Yeah. Actually, ewan ko lang ngayon kung ganun pa rin yung setup sa Philippines na
Oo.
merong mga teacher assistants
Oo.
kasi doon sa Philippines talaga right? Ang dito kasi sa Canada, like me, I am employed now at the Calgary Catholic School District as kindergarten teacher. Ako, teacher talaga ako, right?
Oo.
But then I have a teacher assistant na natapos siya ng EA dito, Brent,
Oo.
education assistant. So, oo, so iba yung level niya. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
so,
Oo, so hindi talaga, oo, hindi siya talagang yung
teacher.
education degree.
Oo.
Tapos, oo, yun pa dito sa Canada, meron tayong EA na program,
Oo.
Education Assistance na ino-offer sa school. So sila yung mga pumapasok sa mga district na nag-a-assist sa mga teacher.
Mm,
Mm.
that's good.
So, yeah.
Okay. So,
Pero ang mga participants natin, I think they could see the details kung
yeah,
saan sila kasi kung teacher assistant, baka kukonti lang din yung requirements.
yeah.
Yeah, kasi
So,
I'm pretty sure very high ang kapag teacher yung in-applyan mo.
yeah,
Pero we'll see kung
yeah.
alin.
So, Tita, no? So that's thank you for sharing that, no. So dito, even if you are okay, nasa assistance level ka back in the Philippines or anywhere, you may have the chance to apply then, right? Ito nga rin yung nakaka-amaze dito kasi instructors or persons with disabilities, no. They also have the chance to apply dito. Yung mga sa deaf
Yeah.
natin, nag-sign language, 'di ba? So,
I'm
yan.
pretty sure marami yan sa Philippines kasi nag-offer na sa curriculum ng special education.
Oh,
So, yeah. Tsaka may mga schools tayo sa Philippines na may ano na talaga sila, program for special ed. So, I'm pretty sure marami ito. Marami ito sa ano
yeah. So,
natin.
yun. They have the chance to apply din dito. Tapos ito yung mga, syempre mga different na mga ano, mga titles nila, no? Right? Teachers of persons who are blind, nandyan din, no? Who are deaf. Ang galing. Kaya, wini-welcome sa ng Canada ngayon. Tapos dito, ito siguro yung early childhood educators and assistants. Again, ito yung sa mga daycare, right? Sa mga early stages ng mga bata, right? Yan. So,
Meron na rin tayong program nito sa Philippines, early childhood education. Yeah. Marami na kaya lang ang naririnig ko ay some of them are actually nagtrabaho lumalabas sila kasi yung mga katulad halimbawa ng Singapore, ano pa, yung ibang countries,
oh,
nag-hire sila ng early childhood education
okay. So,
teachers,
so yun.
mga
Kung yun,
teachers.
kung yun, tita, if we have this type of teachers or mga ano natin back in the Philippines or anywhere, kung nakikita nila andyan yung potential na listahan, then most likely pwede sila mag-try sa pathway na to, no? And elementary school and kindergarten. So, feeling ko, karamihan meron tayo nandito, right? As well as secondary teachers, yun yung mga high school natin, right? So again, guys, there's really, a really good chance na sa mga teachers natin na makapunta dito, especially if you belong in those categories. Um, Yan, ang dami pa. When you take a look at when you do your research sa Canadian website, makikita nyo lahat to, no? So, I encourage you to take a look at it or go back to this recording. Ipopost namin to sa Facebook page so you can check. And yan. Even Spanish teacher, special needs teacher, lahat. Substitute high school teacher even. Ang galing. Alright, so yan. So dito guys, ipapakita ko lang sa inyo, Tita Shella, I just want to share this. We got this from the job bank, right? And that is one of the reason why katulad mo tita na some of our teachers are going to Singapore or maybe other Asian countries because really sa totoo naman there's a higher wage kumbaga, right? And hindi natin masisisi na a lot of us Filipinos get out of the Philippines to become OFWs or working abroad, maybe migrate kasi nga may mas mataas yung rate. So for example, if you are an elementary school teacher, no, like a teacher's aide ka lang, mayari, kami ni Tita Shelo, we are located in Alberta, potentially the lowest hourly wage na yung sweldo mo is about $17. Okay?
That's for EA,
Yay.
teacher aid. Yeah.
Teacher aide. So
Yeah.
depende kung ano rin yung level mo or how big is yung school pero yan yung parang starting na wage mo, 17 per hour. Of course, if meron kang chance na mabigyan rin ng about 20, 23, and then all the way up to higher 20s na, right? So depende which province yung pwede nyo mapuntahan, right? So yun yung mga different wages, right? Uh, Primary school teacher yun sa mga sa mga uh, mga grade school natin. So ganun din, mataas din yung mga potential na pagiging sahod. But of course,
Mhm.
like what I said, no, merong extra kayong gagawin when you arrive here, mga certification on how to level up your or get assessment sa pagiging teacher nyo. Okay. So we have people joining in. Thank you for joining in, guys. Kung hindi nyo man naabutan yung first part nito, don't worry kasi naka-record ito so you can always go back naman. Okay? And then we will share this Facebook page para you can always refer to it. Right? Okay, so yun yung mga different wages, no? Secondary teacher, you're looking at about nasa high 32 ka. I'm not sure if that's really correct, but based from the job bank, yun yung nakapost na wages ng mga secondary teachers. Okay. So now that we know that there's really in demand, now that we know that potentially you might qualify, so let's talk about the qualifications na. Okay. So una, we need to have our language skill exam. Yun yung IELTS natin or dito sa Canada we have CELPIP. Okay. So for federal skilled worker program, guys, we have to score CLB 7 or higher, meaning reading, writing, listening, and speaking. We have to score 7 pataas. And remember, federal
Um,
sk- hello?
Brent, sorry for interrupting. Hindi ba nila in-indicate kung academics or general training?
Sorry, Tita. This is for general.
General training, right? Mhm. So,
CELPIP general.
mas higher kasi ang level ng academics.
Ah,
Oo.
okay. Tito, Tita, we have to qualify. So, general muna.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-mm.
So language test accepted is either CELPIP or IELTS. Then you have to take the general type, right? So that's one. Second, type of work experience. So we know na sa Federal Skilled Worker Program, yung mga teachers kanina na pinakita ko sa inyo, meron siyang specific NOC code tsaka tier category. Sa tier category na yun, nakalagay 0, 1, 2, 3. So when we talk to a client, we make sure na nakabilong sila sa category na yun. So dito sa pinost ko kanina, no, if you belong within those occupation, yung tier category mo is with either 1, 2, or 3. So when we do assessment, if you are a teacher, then that's another check for you. Okay? Amount of work experience. Ito na yung sinasabi doon kanina na 6 months within 3 years. Pero before we can qualify to that statement, we have to qualify first for Federal Skilled Worker Program. So Federal Skilled Worker Program, they want us to have at least 1 year continuous within the last 10 years. Of course, this is a point system, meaning the more experience you have, the more points you get, right? The better your score sa English, of course, the better yung points nyo. Okay? So dito, sinasabi na nila na they accept for full-time equivalency. For example, if you're working, let's say, 30 hours per week for 1 year, considered yun as full-time. And I know you're working more than 30 hours every week, no? Or ano, so yun yung minimum na kailangan. If gusto mo i-combine yung part-time hours mo to another part-time, for example, so part-time hours means 15 hours per week or 24 months for 1 year equivalency. So I think karamihan naman sa atin are full-time workers, right? Okay. Job offer for federal skilled worker program, it's not required. But when you have an LMIA job offer, then it will give you plus points. So ibig sabihin, even wala kang employer, while you are still in the Philippines working as a teacher, you may you may submit your profile dito sa Express Entry kahit na walang employer. Education for federal skilled worker program, secondary education is required, but syempre, most of our clients and most of our teachers nandito ngayon sa Zoom are bachelor's degree holder o kaya master's degree holder. If you're a bachelor's or master's degree holder, it will give you, syempre, extra points, no? But, ang sinasabi nila dito na if you have your 4 years degree or bachelor's degree back in the Philippines, how does it look like here in Canada? Yan yung sinasabi na educational credential assessment, which means kung 4 year degree holder ka doon, would it equivalent to Canadian degree or bachelor's degree? So pinapa-assess natin yan. Karamihan sa mga kliyente, they go through World Education Services or west.org, or meron din kami mga clients na go through IQAS, International Qualification Assessment Service. And those are some of the different companies or assessment body that will help you assess yung sa credentials mo. This process alone takes time. Kaya for people na who's really interested, who's really serious about this, inuuna nila to kasi this would take 2 to 3 months. You open up your profile, for example, sa World Education Services. Pag nakapag-open ka ng profile mo doon, may instruction na, okay, you have to talk to the school so you can get your sealed copy from the school kung saan ka nag-high school or nag-college. Then yung transcript na yon ipapadala dito sa Canada for assessment. So that may take extra 2 to 3 months, right? So if you wanna do that as early as now, do it guys para, hindi na siya, uh, basically you can save time if you do it now. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so kanina we were talking about the proof of funds, the show money, right? As of June 3, 2024, if you are coming here and migrate to Canada just by yourself, right? You're looking at around 14,690 for family of one. Of course, the more family members you have, even if they're not coming with you, right, you have to satisfy that funds capacity. So if family of three, nasa 22,483 Canadian, um, yan yung kailangan mo i-prepare, right? Again, during the first stage when we create your profile, hindi mo siya kailangan ipakita. But when you get invited, that is the time na this amount should be in your account, sa bangko ng asawa mo, or combined or joint account nyo, right? And sure, merong pera na ganyan, no? Pero that is towards your uh, yung mga pambayad nyo sa renta dito sa Canada pagdating nyo, for your food, for your allowance, for your cellphone, right? Basically, yun yung funds na kailangan i-prepare para, to survive while you're looking for yung jobs or career na kinagusto nyo. Okay? Other factors that may affect your CRR score or profile. So, syempre, dyan yung age. The higher age you have, the lesser points you get, right? Level of education, if you're bringing your spouse, right? May mga kailangan din sila gawin. By the way, if you're planning to go through this program, and then if you are married, tapos gagawa kayo ng profile ng asawa mo, I also encourage na si husband mo or si wife mo, kukuha rin siya ng IELTS niya or English exam niya, tapos magpapa-assess rin siya sa level of education. Kasi kung ano yung background niya, it will give points then sa pinaka-profile niyo, right? So another factor, yan, arrange employment if you have an employer here. If family members, if you have your brothers or mga aunties or uncles, it could give you extra points. Some people come here sa Canada as a student. So if they have an education in Canada, they have extra points. And if you are here sa Canada naman, or maybe outside sa Canada while waiting, maybe a province will nominate you. So yung mga extra points kayo, no? Right. So dito, ito yung parang pinaka-cheat sheet namin. So education, if you have your 2-year degree, for example, na bachelor's degree, equivalency, you may have 19 points, right? Sa language, the higher points you get sa CLB nyo, the higher points you will get for your CRS score. Second language, yan yung sinasabi na if you speak French, then you get extra points. Experience, kung may 6+ years ka na experience, sure, may 15 points ka na extra. Age, kung makikita nyo guys, 36 and above, medyo palitan na palit. 35 to 18 years old, perfect score pa tayo, right? And the range employment, of course, may extra points ka dyan. And adaptability, if your spouse is also taking yung English exam niya, meron siyang extra points. And if you have relatives here, that will give extra points as well. Ito, parang cheat sheet namin when we talk to clients, no? Parang we pre-qualify. But in the Canadian website, sa Express Entry, meron silang dalawang tools na we always use then to check if you're actually eligible or not for this profile, for this pathway. Yan. So again, 4 stages na tayo, no? Submit a profile. But before we can submit a profile, we want to make sure na everything is complete. Hindi naman na bago to, like what I said, there's so many information about this. Maybe maraming beses yun na narinig to and we're one of it. Nasa website yan. Some of them are nasa YouTube, di ba? So just make sure na before you go through this program, you want to make sure na you have your documents complete. Maybe have an assessment, maybe with us or maybe with somebody else na qualified and licensed. And then once you have your profile, you will be in the pool. Makakatanggap ka ng ITA, hopefully. And if hindi ka makaratanggap ng ITA, then for example, yung profile mo nag-expire kasi you have a maximum of 1 year, you can always resubmit your profile again once na nag-expire. Maybe by that time, you wanna improve your English exam para tumaas, or maybe there's a job offer, right, na nakuha nyo. So there's so many factors na pwedeng maka-affect para makataas. So even na expire, you can always reapply again or resubmit. Or maybe during that time na nasa pool ka and then nag-retake ka ng exam mo tapos mas maganda yung score mo, you can always edit your profile para, syempre, mas maganda, mas mataas yung score, right? Receive ITA, invitation to apply. You have 60 days to submit the documents and then apply for PR and then stage 4. Hopefully, you get approved, right? It's a matter of taking your chances, guys. Because, now that Canada is opening this up, maybe it's for you. Maybe it's for your friends or loved ones na teachers then. So, share this sa kanila para malaman din nila. Okay? Ano ba? Next. So, lahat ng ito, guys, is a reference from the website. Everything is there. What we talk about is just a high level na points or na reference points, right? So ito tita, no, if any of our friends here, mga kakilala mo, mga colleagues mo na teacher who wants to book with us, this is our QR code. You can always consult with us. And please, pag nag-book po kayo, mention Tita Shelo kasi para we can waive the consultation fee na. Okay. So if you wanna, talk to us one-on-one, feel free to reach out to maybe talk to Tita. I can give my information then para you can book. Tapos when you book, make sure na you mention na Tita Shelo para waive na natin yung consultation fee. Right? Kasi tita, when we do consultation, talagang may mga questions pa kami na hinihingi sa kanila. And dun sa tool na pinrovide sa atin ng website, we will know right away whether pag tag-take ka ng English tapos 7 lang, makaka-proceed ka ba or hindi. Right? So, yan. So yun, thank you very much guys. And sa Facebook, we're going to upload this para you can always go back. And baka may mga na-miss tayo na gusto nyong tanungin. Our Facebook page is Dream Big with Dodong B. Yan. Feel free to visit and take a look at it. And then, yeah, feel free to do your own research. So Tita, alam ko you're going to work. Maybe you have another 5 minutes maybe for some questions sa mga kakilala natin. Or maybe Tita, maybe you wanna add something na baka na-miss ko, no?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, so maraming salamat uh, Brent, at saka maraming salamat din sa mga participants natin ngayong araw na to. When I look at that new program ng Canada, naisip ko yung sarili ko when I started it, right? Like sabi ko, siguro I'm pretty sure maraming teachers sa Philippines na would really love to work in, not only work but work and live in Canada. So ngayon, ang masasabi ko lang talaga na first is kailangan tanungin nila yung kanilang mga sarili, right? They have to make sure na ito ba yung gusto ko? Ito ba yung daan na gusto kong puntahan?
Mhm.
Ito ba yung, dito ko ba nakikita yung future ng family ko? Kasi when I applied yung nag-apply kasi ako dito sa Canada under federal skilled worker.
Okay. Parehas din.
Kaya nung kaya nung dumating ako dito, bit-bit ko lahat ang family ko.
Yeah.
Right? So, ngayon, ito din yung i-share ko dito sa mga participants natin. Hindi ito 1 week na venture or preparation. It may take a while. It may take 6 months or more. It may take more than a year. Kaya lang, ang ano ko talaga, ang masasabi ko doon, walang atrasan. Walang atrasan. You just have to push and push and push hanggang sa makuha mo. Kasi kung aatras ka, walang mangyayari. But if you are really determined na dito ako gagawa ng henerasyon, just make sure na nandyan yan sa mind ninyo. Once na nakarating kayo dito sa Canada, that means you will be building your generation here. Dito ka na titira eh. Yung mga anak mo pupunta na dito, dito sila lalaki, magkakaroon ng education, mag-aasawa, magkakaapo ka. Just like ngayon, ayun, meron na akong generation kasi may apo na ako, right? So that's how it is. Yun lang talaga. You have to be determined and push lang talaga kung ano yung gusto mong mangyari sa buhay mo. So that's the thing. Meron lang akong Brent, kasi sa information session, I do not know kung paano siya mag-connect when it comes to Canadian language benchmark.
Mhm.
Kasi yung natin, yung dating Consul General,
Mhm.
si Saldi Patron,
Yeah.
sinabi to sa information nung inatinan ko last Monday na nagkaroon siya ng audience sa Alberta Education. Tapos, yun pa lang sa IELTS na requirement or kaya sa CELPIP, kapag makapag-present ka na you've been teaching for how many years, ganito yung experience mo, and then you are using, or even in your TORs, yung sa sa education na side,
Mhm.
if English is you're using English as medium of instruction, ay i-consider na nila yon.
Mm. That,
Yeah. So
that's
I do
cool.
not know kung pathway lang ba ang ito, kasi PR requirement right? Oo, pero yung sinabi kasi nila, nandito na yun sa Canada, pagkatapos i-waive mo na lang para makapasok ka sa school.
Okay. I think that is something that we could check, tita. Sa Sexpocentric kasi, they're very specific about putting your
Mm.
scores. So siguro
Yeah, may mga
once na
scores kasi. Mm.
once you're here tapos you're going through the certification, I'm not really sure, no.
Yeah.
Maybe tama yung sinasabi nyo. Yeah.
Baka sa certification na yon to become a teacher sa Alberta Education. Kasi pag nag-apply ka uli sa Alberta Ed, they would require another IELTS. So I think that is the stage.
Yeah.
Mm. Pero mas maganda. Ang kagandahan lang talaga, Brent, once you are already here in Canada o kaya you pass, kasi yung lahat ng ano mo, yung lahat ng education background, right? Highest education attainment, iki-credit talaga nila yon. Experience, lahat-lahat, iki-credit nila yon. And then that will be their basis for salary grid. So the highest,
Okay.
o kung ano yung pinakamataas mo na education background, lahat yon iki-credit nila para ma-determine yung salary grade. Kasi kanina nag-mention ka about how
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
ang per hour, mga ganon-ganon. Yeah, you can go, actually you can go higher than that kung
Wow.
kung masatisfy mo ang Canadian government or ang yeah, sa iyong education background.
When you say higher than that, tita, sa mga senior levels, mga magkano kaya yung ano nila per hour? Okay.
Yeah, wag mo na
Okay.
akong tanungin kasi yung
Okay.
I did not even expect, like ako, sa i-share ko lang sa mga teachers na nandito. Actually when I came here, sa isip ko, ayoko nang mag-teach kasi yun ang kagandahan ng PR, right? You can choose. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na talagang pagdating mo dito magtuturo ka. Once pagdating mo dito PR, you can choose whatever you want. Ang dami ko nang pinuntahan na ano na klase ng trabaho. Naging program coordinator pa ako ng SIWA for the Filipino program, kaya ang trabaho ko doon ay ano ako yung nagwi-welcome sa mga newcomers sa families, right? So ngayon hanggang sa na-realize ko na I think pwede naman siguro akong magturo. Very
Mas,
late na, very late na, but then I finally decided to teach. So
ah,
ngayon, nakapasok ako sa Alberta Ed, and then I was so amazed na, ha? Ganito pala, like iko-consider pala nila, ganito pala yung ano, ganito pala yung points na nakuha ko. Kung alam ko lang, sana nung pagdating ko, kinuha ko no. Yeah, because it's really high.
yeah.
Right? I was so amazed na ito yung nakuha ko, ito lang yung required nila na highest level, tapos lumagpas pa ako sa highest level. So kaya sabi ko, hala, okay, good. Good, good, good. Kaya siguro kaya I decided na maybe I will really have to push na maging teacher.
Galing dito, no?
So,
Yung growth yung potential when you are a teacher dito, sobrang ganda, no?
yeah.
Especially kunyari
Full
if,
benefits and everything. Yeah. Mm-mm.
so alam niyo na guys kung sino kunin yung ninang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then ang one thing, Brent, dahil gusto ko silang ano, kaya
Mhm.
talagang nag-invite ako sa kanila,
Mhm.
because doon ko na ano talaga na Canada is in need of teachers. So ngayon na nag-open,
Yeah.
i-push mo na. And then ito pa, Brent, ang Canada kasi palagi silang nag-change ng ano. Kaya kung mag-decide ka, decide ka na kaagad.
Yeah.
Kasi pag nag-change sila, tinanggal na nila yan, wala ka ng pag-asa. Right? So you really have to push. If you think na kaya mo ang procedure, kaya mo ang stages, you go for it. Kasi ano, matakaya talaga yan. And then, gusto ko ring i-emphasize din na nung nag-apply kami, medyo madami-dami kami, Brent
Anong
sa
year to,
sa
tita?
Taypan.
Ano?
That
Anong
was
year?
2011.
Ah,
Ano
okay.
kami sa Philippine Normal University under category ng college instructor.
Nice. Okay.
Tapos ano talagang pinush namin na mag-apply ka agad kung kailangan ang profile. create na agad ng account kasi kapag nag-close yan, hindi ka na talaga maka-apply, wala na rin, right?
Mhm.
Na you are qualified if you think na kaya mo, and then go for it. Mamaya mo na isipin yung mga funds na yan. The
Yeah.
most important is you get your file. Tsaka ang kami, Brent,
Ano?
yung sa akin lang
Yes.
experience ko,
Oo.
kaya namang i-explore ang website, right? Oo,
Yes. Oh.
yung somebody to guide you whether you're doing wrong or you're doing correct, kailangan mo talaga ng immigration consultant. So kami nung time na yon talagang kumuha kami ng immigration consultant para mag-guide sa amin kung ano yung dapat gawin.
Mm.
Kasi pag nag-exchange na ng communication from IRCC to you, minsan hindi mo alam kung paano mo gagawin yung mga documents.
Yeah.
And then if you are working, at least you have somebody to do your documents for you to assess. Like ako, talagang every now and then nakaka-receive ako ng email sa immigration consultant. Ito, I need this today. I need this like this. I need this like this. May magpo-push din sa'yo. Mas
Yeah.
maganda yung ganon.
So tita, nung nag-apply ka ng 2011, no? Gaano katagal yung application na tinakbo yun sa'yo? Before you can receive
Ah,
yung PA?
mga 1 year lang.
1 year. Tapos,
Mga 1 year. Pero yung iba kasi, depende din. Sumusobra din sila ng 1 year, right? Sumobra ng 1 year. Pero it's less than a year. So
ano yun?
at least hindi siya masyadong ano. Kasi talagang ang una is syempre yung determination ko. Pangalawa, nilalagyan ko na ng timetable eh. Dapat ganito, ganito, ganito tapos
Yes.
na sila. Pangalawa is yung immigration consultant ko ay nag-play talaga siya ng important role kasi ginaguide niya ako, ito mali yung sinubmit mo, I need this, kulang ito kasi it will not hold water, kailangan pa ng ganito, right? Kasi Canada would always ask for supporting documents.
Yeah.
Right? So, it will not hold water. We need this. Do you have this? Do you have this? Parang ganon. At least, magpupush talaga na, okay, parang hindi to ano kulang to meron
Yeah.
ka bang ganito, ganito, ganito? So, ang consultant ang magsasabi sa iyo ng ganon
Yeah.
para magiging tama yung iyong magiging tama lahat
Mission
at
mo.
saka mag-move forward ka, right?
Yung nag-apply ka, tita.
Tsaka
Ay, sorry, tita.
ha?
I was gonna
Ito
ask,
yeah,
kung nung nag-apply ka, tita, single applicant ka or kasama na yung family mo?
family, I have 4 children. Kaya medyo
Talaga?
yung nakita ko yung ano mo, sabi ko, so 6 kami. So
Ah,
makikita mo na kung magkano talaga yung show money, right?
yeah.
So,
Good.
oo, walang magpaiwan, Brent.
Oh,
Oo,
oh,
kaya
about
sabi
that.
ko, "O, sige, ako lang muna ang aalis, pwede naman 'yon, 'di ba? Ako lang muna no, lahat tayo, sabay-sabay tayong umalis kaya medyo malaki-laki. Yeah, right?
So,
Pero mamaya mo na yun iisipin. Basta ang importante, okay na yun. Mm.
tita, yung ano ba, yung decision mo na yun, was it the right decision? Kasi syempre, when you're in the Philippines, no, especially kung nasa medyo mataas ka na level na ngayong ng position, syempre yung lifestyle mo, andyan din yung parang may comfort na ba? Pero syempre, different din yung nararanasan natin dito na ikaw lahat, right?
Yeah.
Based sa buhay mo, tita, you think na you made the right decision na mag-apply?
Oh,
Kasi
yeah.
mag-apply 50-50 right?
Yeah.
Ah, ano masasabi mo, tita, na okay ba na naging
Yeah.
ako dito? Ano?
Yeah, yeah, far, 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 much better. Like, hindi mo lang naman ang sarili mo. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa mga teachers ngayon na nag-attend. It's not only for yourself, but para sa family mo rin. Lalong-lalo na kung meron ka ng mga anak, right? And try to think it over. Kahit siguro, Brent, kung ako'y dalaga pa, iisipin ko na lang na doon ako sa Canada gagawa ng henerasyon ko. Right? Oo,
Tama.
kasi posible na eventually mag-aasawa ka, magkakaroon ka ng anak, apo, or whatever. So, naisip mo ba na, okay na ako dito sa Pilipinas, dito na ako okay lang din. Pero if you think na gusto ko yung henerasyon ko doon sa Canada, so kaya ipupush ko, right? Doon nga na advantage kung dalaga ka pa kasi wala kang iisipin. Konti lang yung pera din na kailangan mo. Pero ang maganda kasi kapag pamilya ka, yung mga anak mo madala dito. It
Yeah.
was not really, maano mo rin yun, Brent, matest mo rin yun na it's not easy sa first part, right? Na wala kang ano ba talaga yung gusto mo. Basta, pero ang iisipin mo lang na, my God, I'm already here,
Yeah.
right? I'm already here. I can do whatever I want. Yung ano lang, yung healthcare lang natin na libre lahat-lahat. Kahit anong ano mo, may
Sakit.
mga kaibigan ako dito nag ano na, nanganak, nag CS, whatever, may operasyon, wala kang babayaran. So
May mga
what
cancer, tita. May mga
yeah,
cancer.
may mga cancer, wala kang babayaran. So what more you can ask for, right? So mahirap sa simula kasi siyempre ibang lugar eh. Ibang lugar. Like, oh my goodness, kaya ko ba kaya ito? Ganito, ganito. But tibayan lang talaga ng loob. Yun. And then you will really prosper. Ang dami kong mga volunteers nung una sa Siwa. Ngayon, oh my, hindi ko na maano sa kanila na, and then I am very happy for them na naging successful sila, right? So,
Yeah.
ang masasabi ko sa inyo, mga participants, mga kaibigan ko, PNU once, kasi nga, nag-imbita ako ng mga taga-PNU talaga, Brent, kasi alam ko na magkagaling mga teachers yan. Ako sa PNU, Brent, for 21 years,
Wow.
faculty member.
Wow.
Meron bang around 5 minutes? Kasi early akong mag-o-open ng
Yeah.
early ako papasok.
Yeah. So, sige, tita. I think this is really good now. If ever may questions kayo, let us know or send us kay Tita Shelo. Again, guys, maraming salamat. Tita, thank you for gathering.
Can
This is,
send
oh,
an email, right?
yeah. We'll send an email, tapos we'll post this recording para you can always
Yeah,
go.
kung meron sila mga questions, maybe they can send yeah, okay ba mag-send sila ng email sa'yo,
Of
Brent?
course. Yeah. Yeah. No problem yan,
Yeah.
tita.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
tita. Enjoy your day.
Okay,
Tapos,
so may tanong pala. Yeah. Okay, so maraming salamat in as much na gusto ko sanang magstay longer, but
yeah.
then I really have to go for sa
Okay.
trabaho very early. Okay, maraming
Alright. Thanks, guys. Have a good day po. Salamat
salamat
po.
sa pagdalo bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye, guys. Thank you.